Hey guys, just Booster here and welcome back to another Digimon video. So I actually didn't intend on doing this video just because I went X2 at the Bandai Europe Tournament this weekend, and I really only wanted to do a deck profile if I made it to top 8 or maybe top 16, but top 16 wasn't that interesting for me since I was playing just, Yellow Wargreymon, which is like the most popular deck in the format and arguably the best one. I finished X2, got 19th place in the end, so I was like, not really worth it to upload it, which is why I didn't upload it on the day of the tournament. But I saw a lot of other content creators, just showing off their top 32 deck list, so I was like, might as well. And I mean, my deck is like a nice and shiny with like all the cards max rarity. It was like, better show it off, Today I'm just gonna be showing you guys the deck list I played for the Europe tournament. I think there was like 120, 130 players, I'm not sure on the exact count. I got 19th place going X2. I'll do a real quick rundown of my matchups. I played, in the second round I played Nidokmon, Hercules Capitaramon Green, which I beat 2-0. And then I think in round 4 I played Imperial Dramon Blue, which is really strong this format in my opinion, which I lost to 1-2. And then all my other matchups were actually Yellow Wargreymon mirror matches. So I lost one of those 0-2, and then I beat most of them 2-0. I think I beat one of them 2-1. So the deck definitely performed well. The loss I took to the Yellow Wargreymon was actually to Yellow Wargreymon with Magandramon, no Slashangemon, so that was pretty cool. His deck just kind of outsped mine, and I really couldn't get to my Wargreymon setup, and he could, so I just died before I could do anything. And then my loss to Blue Imperial Dramon was, in the first game I didn't see a rookie, and he just had the perfect lineup to go straight into Imperial Dramon, and then just, missing that turn is just too much, and you just die before you can take control of the game. And then in the third game, yeah, he just had his perfect setup again, and I couldn't really properly get into the game either. Like, my hand wasn't bad or anything, but it just, his deck just outsped mine. I just got killed by the Lobomon before I could really do anything. So yeah, and all the other matches were just nothing special. But yeah, enough rambling, I guess. Short introduction, let's just get into the deck profile. Okay, I'm sorry, I lied. We're not diving into the deck profile just yet, because first I want to give a shout out to tcgshop.eu. They're a website that actually specializes in Digimon TCG, so that's probably interesting for you if you are watching this video. Specifically, they offer actual products like booster boxes, structure decks, but also singles from all the sets released up to now and pre-orders for the sets that are upcoming. They also have accessories. You see here binders, deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, and then they also actually will be hosting tournaments. The first real live tournament will be held on the 11th of July in Belgium, so definitely very interesting to check out. And if you are planning on buying something from tcgshop.eu, you can actually use my promotional code JoshuaBoosters, which I will be showing somewhere on the screen here, to get 10% off your order. So that's definitely pretty nice. So yeah, shout out to them. That's tcgshop.eu. Alright, with that being out of the way, let's get into the actual deck profile. Starting off, of course, with the Digitama. I'm actually playing just 4 Koromon, so I'm maxing out on this. Or I was playing that for the event anyway. The reason for this is this just helps you play the control game a lot better. Wargreymon, of course, does the 7000 damage on attack with its effect basically, and with Koromon that becomes 7000, which is enough to get rid of basically all the relevant level 5s being played at this moment, which is the reason why I opted to play this. Maxing out on it, but honestly I did miss the multiple Upamon a little, because I was on like the opposite ratio before, but I just noticed that playing the control game was a little bit harder. I'm just moving the camera a little. Was a little bit harder. Just because 6000 isn't that much, it was usually just enough to get rid of the, the lower level Digimon. But I might honestly go to something like double Upa, triple Koromon or something, because, to be honest, the Koromon was great, but I did miss the occasional draw of Upamon to get to the cards I needed to close out the game. Then let's hop into the main deck. The first level 3 I'm playing is triple Pulsemon, and honestly, I definitely would have played 4 of this, because this is arguably the best rookie in the yellow deck. This card is crazy. For those of you who don't know, on play, if you have 3 or more security cards, you can draw a card, and then if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you can gain 1 memory, and if you have exactly 3, you get both of these effects, so that's amazing, especially when played for free with Angel Woman. And then I played 1 Lopmon, but basically if I did have access to 4 Pulsemon, I would have played just 4 Pulsemon and no Lopmon probably, because Pulsemon kind of just fills the role that Lopmon does in the early game to get you going quicker. But it does it better because you don't have to sacrifice your own security. Yeah, I'm not saying like Lopmon was bad or anything. Like, honestly, I just activated it a couple times because the card is nice, but I think I would probably cut it because I'm really happy with the rest of my level 3 ratio, and 4 Pulsemon is definitely the way to go. But yeah, that was it. Then I'm playing triple Bushi Agumon. The reason why I'm not maxing out on this is that early game is like kind of lackluster, right? Obviously you can just evolve it on your Digitama and use it that way. But it's mostly specifically very strong in the late game. I don't think 4 is bad. Like, I might consider going back to playing 4, just because the late game can come quite quick with this deck, because it is quite a powerful and fast deck. But I think 3 was absolutely fine. There weren't really a lot of moments where I was like, man, if I had Bushi Agumon now I would win. Because 3 is a fine number, you do draw a lot of cards. So yeah, 3 Bushi Agumon. Then moving on, I also played triple Patamon. This card kind of underperformed, I think, so I might like cut one of this for the 4th Bushi Agumon. Just because, like, obviously the memory gain effect is good, right, because you're playing a lot of Digimon that delete your opposing Digimon by depleting memory. But honestly, I couldn't really capitalize of it that much, just because you will usually be putting your opponent on like a certain amount of memory anyway, and then I don't know, it's a little bit awkward. I'm not saying the card is bad or anything, I definitely will keep playing at least some amount of them, but it just didn't feel as good as it was in the previous formats. Then I also played triple of the Salomon, that is the recovery one. If you have 3 or fewer security cards and it is deleted, just very strong to bring out from Angel Woman. It's good in the late game, just let you know, crash and then recovery so you don't die, because you are, you know, sort of paying with your security to trigger the Wargreymon. So yeah, this card was nice. I think 3 is honestly just a fine number. And then rounding off, I am playing double Tsukaimon. So in a way, I was still playing 5 of the 2 to play level 3s, because Pulsemon, in a way, if you have 2 or fewer security, it just costs 2 to play, right? It costs 3 and then you gain 1 back. But yeah, I just felt like a certain amount of playing 2 to play Digimon is just necessary because it helps memory choke your opponent, and you know, if you have to go wide, there's just a big difference between, you know, 3 and 2, and then there's also like a bunch of higher to play level 3s in this deck, which is why I felt it was kind of necessary to play at least some amount of the 2 to play ones. So yeah, I think that's 15 rookies, not right? 2, 5, 8, 11, yeah, 15. Right, which is a very nice number. And then, well, I guess I'm not playing 15 rookies really, because I'm playing 16 rookies, because I'm also playing 1 Luchamon. You really just want to bring it out with the Angel Woman and just get free recovery +1 and a huge body on board. However, I think I probably just hard played this more often than I actually brought it out with Angel Woman, which is absolutely fine. Like, you know, just if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, you can just play this for 5, which is absolutely fine. It's the same as Bushi Agumon, just recovery +1, which is definitely very good. I only played 1 because it is definitely early game. It is a brick. Like, it's not a necessary card, but it's definitely a very powerful card. I definitely think playing 2 is fine. 1 was good for me. I'm not sure. I don't think I will be playing 2 of it. Yeah, 1 was just absolutely fine. Then moving on to level 4s, quite a standard lineup. I'm playing just 4 of Turumon. Of course, he's 1 to evolve. He's quite big, 6,000, so he doesn't get hit by Nidokmon, which is nice. Yeah, not much to say about that, to be honest. Should be pretty stable, and then this card should also be pretty stable. Pitomon, another 1 to evolve. It is 5,000 DP, which is, it does get hit by Nidokmon, which is a bit of a shame, but it is a blocker, which is 1 to evolve, which is obviously just broken, so yeah, I think that's pretty standard. Then I'm playing double Unimon, the 6,000 blocker. Just nice to have more blockers, because you know, you are getting rid of your own security, so it's nice to have some form of defense. And 6 blockers is just nice. And then rounding off, I am playing Repamon. This does get hit by Nidokmon again, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's just nice to have a level 4 that's just 3 to play in case you are in some kind of rush to next turn go into a level 5, even if you get memory choked. So I really like this ratio. I don't think I would change anything about it, to be honest. It was nice. I know like playing 11 of them is very popular with just 3 Unimon, no Repamon, but I honestly think this ratio is absolutely perfect, and I would highly recommend trying it if you haven't yet. Then moving on to level 5 is the best card in the game arguably right now. Full place of Angel Woman. The on-Digivolve effect is perfectly fine, target one Digimon, give security tech -2, but then obviously the effect that really shines is if you have 3 or 4 security cards, you may play 1 yellow level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost, which synergizes insanely well with Bushi Agumon obviously, but also with Luchamon, with Salamon. And it's not actually once per turn, so if you know your Wargreymon has the inheritable from this, you can just bring out 2 rookies onto a text, which is absolutely, it's just ridiculous, right? I mean, I can definitely see this card getting hit in the future, but yeah, this card is insane. Then I am on triple Wargreymon, which just helps you play the control game a little bit better. I also really like that you can go Wargreymon, Digiburst, reduced by 4,000, then attack with Greymon reduced by 6,000, and then maybe use Koromon as well to reduce by 1,000 more to actually hit 11,000 DP Digimon, which is very nice. It just helps you play the control game quite nice as well. Yeah, and then the last 2 cards are the Angel Woman that has the recovery effect when Digivolved. Again, it's just, you know, it's important to stay in the game and not die to other really fast decks, like, you know, the Mirror Match or the green OTK deck. Even though the recovery might not be that relevant against that specific matchup. But yeah, mostly against the Mirror Match, it's just super nice to have a card like this. Yeah, honestly, I also just thought that this level 5 lineup was absolutely perfect. It helps you control. This card just insane, and this just, it served its purpose. So yeah, really happy with this lineup. It was definitely very nice. Then moving on to the level 6s. This was not quite as perfect. I am playing the full playset of Wargreymon. Shout out to the one not Altart Wargreymon. This card's absolutely insane, but I kind of overestimated it, that it's, while it is very strong, you usually just want to bring it out and finish the game, and playing 4 of that, honestly, like, as you can see, my lineup was just 4 of this and 3 of this, and honestly I think it's probably better to play just 3 Wargreymon and 4 Slash, because Slash is just, basically at any point in the game it is good, and Wargreymon's only good at specific moments in the game. But I would also consider taking out 1 Wargreymon and then adding a Magna Dramon, the one that's on play, recovery +2, and then if you have attack you can bring out a yellow level 3 Digimon, so kind of like the Angel Woman effect, which just synergizes well with a lot of the other cards you're playing in this deck. And then the recovery effect might also come up. I just think 4 Wargreymon was definitely too much. There were just a lot of times where I had like a bunch of them in my hand, and there was no point in them hitting the field, especially not more than 1. And I definitely, that definitely cost me some games, which I might have won if like one of them was like the Magna Angemon or just another Slashangemon. So yeah, that was the level 6 lineup. I still think this build, like, you know, Slash Wargreymon was absolutely insane. Then for level 7s I played double Chaosmon Valderarm. I think I actually Digivolved into this one entire time, and then obviously it just instantly won me the game. I didn't really see it aside from that one specific game, and there was definitely in that same match, which was actually one of my losses against Blue Imperial Dramon. If I saw like this guy in game 3, I think I definitely would have won the game. My opponent even said that, to be honest, but I just didn't. So maybe I will be trying to play 3 of this instead, because obviously it is very strong. I opted to play 2 just because I didn't want to break on, you know, having too many level 7s in my hands. And there were also some games where I just had it in my hands and I never wanted to play it because I was just in perfectly fine control without it. But yeah, 2, and then the last cards in the deck are... So I played double TK, and I definitely should have played 3, I think. I mean, if you watched my channel before, I absolutely love memory tamers, and playing 2 of them is just not enough. If your opponent has one and you don't, like, you're just so far behind. And this tournament, again, I really noticed that. Definitely lost like 1 or 2 games because my opponent had a memory tamer and I just didn't see the TK in time. So I definitely want to play 3 of this, and then I'm playing 2 Blinding Ray. Yeah, it's like, it's not as good as Hammer Spark, right? Because Hammer Spark is just free, it just goes +1 memory for absolutely nothing, and for this you have to treasure security, which can definitely impact the game. The cool thing about this though, if you have 0 security left, you can just play this for free, and then it's absolutely insane. And you can definitely, if you have like this on the field, and you have this in your hand, you can just go like, just play this, play Bushi Agumon, and then just attack for game, which is something I did in this tournament. Actually, my opponent literally wiped my entire field, had a blocker for my Digidama in the racing area, or the Digimon in the racing area, and then I just went like, attack, he blocked, I went like, okay, cool, Blinding Ray, play Bushi Agumon for 5, 0 memory left, attack for game, which it was, yeah. This card is nice, but honestly I think 2 is fine. You really just want to keep it for those specific pushes like I mentioned. Maybe play 3, but you know, space is really, really limited, and yeah, I didn't really miss like more of these. I'd rather just have seen TK more often, so if I were to make space for, you know, those cards, I would definitely play more of the TK. But yeah, that is the deck list. So yeah guys, that was the deck profile. I hope you did enjoy it. You know, I talked a lot about what change I would make. Definitely let me know what changes you would make, or if you think the deck is good. And what decks you would like to see in future content from me, because if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, be sure to leave a like. And you know, if you're looking forward to more Digimon content, I'll be uploading a lot of it, gameplay videos, deck profiles, anything you can think of basically. So you know, hit that subscribe button, and you'll see you in the next one. Bye!